So I've been sitting in bumper-to-bumper traffic on the interstate here in Charleston for the past hour and a half because our vice president, J.D. Vance, decided to make a run through here right during rush hour. So what would normally take me about probably 45 minutes to get from my dad's place to my place is going to take me over 2 hours, maybe even more than that. I don't know. I'm still stuck in this mess. But anyway, the last couple of days, well, few weeks, but just the last 2 days in particular, my brother and I have been cleaning out my dad's house. You know, my dad died last summer in August. And, you know, we're finally getting around to clearing his house out, you know, to have to sell it, the whole thing. And it's been a lot. But I wanted to share a couple things with you guys. First of all, I always knew my dad was cool. That was clear. But going through all of his things that he's been collecting and owning or whatever for the past 60 years or so, when he died, he was 83. Well, about to be 84, but yeah, a couple weeks from being 84. But anyway, he's been a lot of places and seen a lot of cool things and done a lot of cool things. And, you know, you don't really get the grand scope of that until they're gone and you start going through all of their things. So a lot of cool things that we found. A couple I want to share with you today. Some other very, very cool things that, you know, went to other siblings of mine. My dad had 5 kids, 4 in his first marriage, me and, you know, 3 of my siblings. And one, I have a younger sister in his second marriage. So, you know, we split things up and all that. But some of the things I found today are absolutely amazing. So when he was in the Navy, he went to medical school and became an eye doctor, ophthalmologist, eye surgeon is what he was. And he spent a lot of time while he was in the Navy traveling overseas to Africa to do essentially free eye surgeries for hundreds, if not thousands, of people who didn't have access to healthcare at all, couldn't afford healthcare. I'm talking about the poorest of the poor people on the planet. And he loved going over there and he loved doing that. He did it several times. He did it, I think, twice in Ethiopia and once in Egypt. And some of the stories he told us about those trips are almost unbelievable. But first of all, my dad would never lie about anything. Second of all, we found probably 500 slides. You know, you guys remember what slides were? Back in the day, you used to have a camera, you'd take a picture and you put it on a slide and it was like a projector of pictures. And he's got photo evidence of all this stuff he told us. Some crazy, crazy stories that I'll share with you guys at a later date. But he also came back with some artifacts. Look at this. Now, this is from when he went to Egypt. This is a piece of papyrus, which is, if you guys know what papyrus is what the ancient Egyptians used to write stuff on. It's a woven material. I don't even think you could probably really tell on camera how it feels or sounds. But this is basically a cloth material that is hand painted with a pharaoh on it. Pretty, I don't even think seeing it on camera does it justice how beautiful it is. But this thing is amazing. So I got that. Well, I got a lot of things, but here's another thing. This, this is cool. This is from Ethiopia when he was there. This is a handmade Ethiopian, I don't even know if you call it a knife. I guess it's some sort of knife. It's pretty big to be a knife. It's inside of this leather sheath, which is also handmade and hand woven. Look at that. He got this from Ethiopia and probably, I don't know when he went. I think he went twice. I think he went in the late 60s and once in the early 70s. So, yeah. I probably shouldn't take this thing in and out of this sheath too much because the sheath is so old and it hasn't been, you know, like oiled. I need to, when I get home, I'm going to oil it. I need to get some good, does anybody have any like good cow hide, or I don't even know what kind of hide this is, some kind of animal hide that I can restore this with so it doesn't crack. I'm worried the more I take it in and out of this sheath, it's going to crack and eventually break. But it needs to be loosened up and oiled up with something. Does anybody have any sort of recommendations for a good animal hide oil, leather oil that will work well on restoring that? But that's just two of a lot of things that are insanely cool that I took out of his house. So anyway, I just thought I would share that with you while I'm sitting in traffic. Hope you liked it. I'll see you guys later.